have slugged 397 against it. His last 7 starts, he's thrown it a little bit more, but they're 711 slugging percentage against it. So it's been, I would advise you not to put Jake Arrieta in your lineup. He's got the bone spur, and it's affecting his curveball. Now, on the trade front, Arizona, we talk a lot about them. Robbie Ray. It's getting hot now with Robbie Ray. His contract would make him an enticing trade option before the 2019 trade deadline. The Phillies, who haven't had a lefty in about 5 years, and the Yankees are really, really putting the pressure on. He's under team control through 2020. The Phillies and the Tampa were connected in rumors last offseason. Okay? He's one of baseball's top strikeout pitchers that we know. So Robbie Ray, and of course the Yankees, we all know, interested in Robbie Ray, of course, and wouldn't be a shocker. For the Atlanta Braves, Ender Enciarte played yesterday for the Gwinnett team in a rehab assignment. He was a DH, went 0 for 5 with a walk, and he's been sidelined since May with a back injury. To get him into the lineup, it would just give him good depth in Atlanta. But Bryce Wilson, who is expected to start for Atlanta next week in Milwaukee, he got rocked in a AAA game. Gave up 9 earned runs and 8 hits and 2 2/3. So all you guys that are all jumping up and down about Bryce Wilson, thinking that you got him locked, man, I got a sleeper. A rookie is a rookie is a rookie. Okay? There you go. So Wilson was sent to Gwinnett. He had a very impressive start at the beginning of the year. He allowed 2 runs, 6 hits, and the Braves win over the Phillies back on July 3rd. The Dodgers lost 3 consecutive games to the Padres ahead of the All-Star break. It was their first 3-game losing streak since they lost, 6 in a row back in April. But no alarms were set off, and now the Dodgers are reloading, okay? Now they are favorites to repeat to represent the National League in the World Series for the 3rd year in a row. They have been known to come into the All-Star break thinking they were the best team in baseball, but they anticipate opening their 3-game series against the Red Sox with a bunch of players. David Freese activated from the 10-day injured list. Okay? Corey Seager activated from the injured list. And center fielder A.J. Pollock, that's why Cha-Cha knows I took him in the draft. That's right, while everybody else was sleeping, I took him in the draft. He's been out since April 29th with an elbow infection. He's expected to be reinstated before Friday's series opener. The Dodgers they got to make a bunch of moves. Matt Beattie, Kyle Garlick, Edwin Rios, those were the guys. Rich Hill's going to return in September from that flexor tendon strain that he suffered last month. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, you got that? Any questions in the chat room? Any questions? And don't forget, come on, everybody. The Reds are going to make easy kill Rich, all right? And can't wait to see everybody. If you think you may be in the line of demarcation when Andy and I take our trip starting next week, and we will still be here at 9 o'clock. Somebody will. We'll see. Depends on what time we leave the hotel in the morning. Maybe we'll do one from the car. The Miami team, the unquestioned strength all season has been their starting rotation. 8 pitchers, all under the age of 27, have combined for a 3.9 ERA, ranked 7th best heading into the All-Star break. Urena, Trevor Richards, Pablo Lopez, Sandy Alcantara, Caleb Smith, Jordan Yamamoto, Eliza Hernandez, Zach Gallen, 39 quality starts, okay? 39, don't forget, at least 6 innings while giving up no more than 3 earned runs. Over the first 88 games, they have 39 quality starts. That's 44%, ranking 9th in the Major League Baseball and 5th in the National League. Now, they for 3 weeks, they looked unstoppable. Remember, they were 13-5. in a 20-day period from mid-May to early June. A lot of optimism, but the offense was tremendous. But they went 10-19 over the final 29 games, including just 4-11 at home. So let's see which Marlin teams they've gotten production from Miguel Rojas, Garrett Cooper. Brian Anderson had a solid month in June. Then he had a right elbow contusion, but he's coming back. It should be pretty good. Now, will they bring up prospects? Yes, they will. Okay? Yeah, Andrew is biased towards older players. That's where it stops. The Marlins have seen a great growth from their prospects. Second baseman Ison Diaz, outfielder Monty Harrison in AAA, Cisco Sanchez in AA. They were all selected to represent the Marlins in the Futures game, and they should be regular competitors next year in 2021. So long-term development, that's what they're looking for. We'll see what happens. Philadelphia coming out of the All-Star break Friday night. They'll open a critical 3-game series against Washington in which they'll face Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, and Max Scherzer. They will counter with Aaron Nola. That's it. So this could be a tough one. This could knock the Phillies right out of the box. We already told you about Jake Arrieta. Okay? Already told you about Jake Arrieta. So, if they don't, this could knock them right out, okay? But Adam Hasley, 18-year-old shortstop Luis Garcia, for Madison Bumgarner, Zach Wheeler, or another rent-a-starter bound for free agency. I don't know, okay? They're praying that Matthew Boyd, Marcus Stroman, Robbie Ray, so they'll get anybody, but what will they give up? Even Zach Greinke. And here's the thing: it's too early to say this is a crucial situation. If Washington knocks them off big time, the Phillies could be taking a different position, and maybe they won't be going so hard in just to get that pitcher for maybe a one game. Okay. Since Aaron Nola came in 4 years ago, the only pitchers drafted by the Phillies who have reached the majors are Austin Davis, Cole Irvin, who we saw a little bit this year. But they still got Spencer Howard, Adonis Medina. Medina has a 2.77 ERA in his last 8 starts in AA. They're not ready to push him up to the big leagues. So he's averaging almost 3.5 walks per 9 innings. So Medina, good player. But so it's going to be very interesting to see how the Phillies handle it. In Pittsburgh, they're 44-45. They need to win 43 of their remaining 73 games. That's 13 games over 500 if you're scoring at home. And they've played more than half the season at 1 under. So, look, the Phillies are there, but they're really not there. I mean, the Pirates are there, but they're really not there. Look, they need better starting pitching. They've suffered with Jamison Taillon, could be their best pitcher. Chris Archer, trade deadline acquisition last year. He hasn't performed like the pitcher, and they gave up a ton. We all know it, all right? The Pirates lead the National League with a 271 team batting average. So you say, what's the problem? They are only 26th in the majors with 98 home runs. The only teams with less are the Giants and the Marlins. That's it. And the big bat of Gregory Polanco, who was swinging well before his shoulder injury last year, that he had 23 extra base hits, including 7 homers in 44 games. They need him. So when Polanco comes back, he's going to be in there. He's going to be in there. And yes, I did draft Polanco and Chachas in the mid-season league. If Polanco's shoulder is feeling better, okay, he's only hit 1 home run in 9 games on a rehab assignment so far, but he would be welcome into that lineup, no question. Now the Padres, hard to say. if the Padres make a trade, it will be not only for this year, but maybe for the future. And they're getting Dinelson Lamet returning. He returned last week. They also may get some quality innings. Now, listen to this. You may want to run and pick them up. From Garrett Richards. They might get some in September. And so the Padres get through this season. They'll have Lamet, Lauer, Lucchesi, Paddock, and some combination of Logan Allen, Cal Quantrill, and Matt Stram. So really, how much do they need pitching? Or could they trade some of their pitching and a hitter? They got a ton to get a bona fide veteran, a Trevor Bauer. Since June 17th, that span of 18 games, the Padre rotation has a 3.97 ERA. That is the fourth lowest in Major League Baseball. Their 1.16 whip is tied for third lowest. So, look, they're right there. And Kirby Yates, who saved all three victories against the Dodgers, okay? That closed the first half. Craig Stammen, this is not a bad team. I'll tell you that right now. Not a bad team. And they've got top prospects that we don't have even mentioned. Michael Baez, Adrian Morjon, Andres Muniz. Okay, they're going to make their Major League debuts in the coming months. We knew that the Padres had a good farm system, and we're seeing it now. The top of the Padres batting order is doing some good things, but the bottom part is doing nothing. The batters in the top 5 spots for most of the past month have been, who we got? Fernando Tatis, Eric Hosmer, Manny Machado, Hunter Renfroe, Franmil Reyes. They're hitting a combined 274, 9 points above the National League average. They got a 333 on-base percentage. Unbelievable. But, here's a big but. Right here. They've the players who hit in spots 6 through 8, that's 6, 7, and 8 on most nights, have a combined 221 batting average. That's 25 points below the National League average. A 292 on-base percentage. That's 23 points. So they haven't done well. The catchers are hitting a combined 204. Now, that wouldn't be a sinkhole, but they're, sinkhole. That wouldn't be bad, but their center fielders are only hitting 208. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. They really need Will Myers. And Margot has started 12 of the Padres' final 19 games in the first half. He hit close to 300. But, look, we'll see what happens here. See what happens. Myers is owed a lot of money, okay? The Chicago Cubs, we don't have a lot to say about the Cubs, but keep in mind, they have the 6th best record in the majors since 2017. Second best in the National League. They made the playoffs each of the past 2 years, and they would be the National League Central champs if the 2019 season ended today. And as far as St. Louis is concerned, you can say all you want about everybody else, but the real key is Paul Goldschmidt. And he could be the key to a lot of fantasy fortunes. Paul Goldschmidt. Jimmy Ross is here. Good morning. Good to see Jimmy in the pitches. Get Stitches is here. Nice to see you. Okay. Paul Goldschmidt, the perennial MVP candidate who signed the quick extension. But he hasn't found the home in the lineup yet. He's at second, third, and most recently cleanup to try to ignite his production. But his OPS is 797, 69, I think. It's about the National League average for shortstops. Right? So in the past 3 seasons, Goldschmidt's hit 293 after the All-Star break. Last season, he slugged his way into the MVP conversation. He hit 304 in the second half. So he's getting more off-speed pitches than ever. More off-speed pitches than ever. Will he adjust? And, of course, I just mentioned about the Cardinals looking for, that relief pitcher. And, look, it looks like if they don't get one, I think Carlos Martinez has found a home. look, they could. Martinez, he wanted a prominent position this year. Now he has it as the closer. Jordan Hicks out for the season. Of course, we know that Martinez